you want to put this down here. And let's do share screen. Where's my screen at? I'll share this screen, right? Okay. No. Share. Okay. So now, how do I do this? Okay, that's fine. See my participants, man. Oh, let's see. We got some. No. No, not now. Not yet. Yes, I know participants can see my screen. How do I see their stuff? Oh shit, what's up? Hey, Eleni, you're here already. They let you, there's not a waiting room, huh?
There was not. You did not get a waiting room.
Okay, great.
But I thought I'd say hi before you started, and then I'm gonna go back to re-imaging or trying to update computers.
All right.
But your sounded.
Hi.
How are you? How was your summer?
Oh, I'm doing this right now, Eleni.
You got it.
Let me do this. And you can see my screen, yeah?
Yep.
All right, but then I can't see you. Remind me how to be able to see.
I think you press view in the top right and you can change what you see.
View in the top right.
Do you see view in your Zoom screen in the top right or no?
I see mute, I see stop video, I see security, participants, chat, Q&A, share.
I don't know. You might not be able to see us.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay. So do I know?
But that's weird that you don't see view.
Yeah. Show video panel. Okay.
Did it work?
I did show video panel. So that seems okay. All right. So that's cool. I go over here. I go to share.
Sorry, I don't think people are coming in for like 5 more minutes, but
No, I know. But show video panels right here. So that's just that. So you have to do it like that. All right. And then they do breakout rooms. Oh, breakout rooms right here. Okay. All right. How's it going? How are you doing?
all right.
Yeah. What school are you at?
Presidio.
Okay. Is that a good place?
Oh my God, it's wonderful.
All right. Good.
It is lovely. How was your summer? You have a good one?
Yeah, it was good.
Nice.
See, I don't remember how to do this.
What, present?
You know, all of this. All right.
Okay.
So if that's that, that's that, that's that, that's lower. Okay, so I can see everybody that's in here if I go like that. Okay, that's fine. And you can see my screen. It says link to today's resources. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's not the whole thing, right? Now it's the whole thing.
Yes.
All right. All right. I gotta turn on captions. Now you can see my captions, yeah?
I don't have captions open. I can turn it on. Let me see. Okay, say something.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep.
That's great. Cool. All right, so I'll just wait for the people. Yeah, here we go.
All right. I made my Google Classrooms for this year.
You've made them or you're gonna make them?
I just made them. I just copied them from last year and renamed them because it has all my assignments.
Nice.
But I have to wipe, update, make 4 images, and then re-image 32 computers. And
Oh,
I so
no.
far am at update on that process. And I was like, this is gonna take all day,
No, no,
if not like 3 days.
no, no.
So and there's nothing I can do while it's updating. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna do digital district day. We're gonna make copies.
Oh man. Oh man.
I feel bad because I've had the kid all summer, and my husband, I just threw him into the lion's den.
How old your kid?
He'll be 2 in November, so a
Oh,
little
wow.
over a year and a half. But he is real attention needy at the moment.
He's 2.
He like definitely, and after like camping with us for 2 weeks and like being in the same room and just with both of us, like just needs
Right.
attention all the time now.
I bet. I bet. Well, that's fun.
It is fun. He's like adorable, and I'm sad I'm at work right now, but that's okay.
Right?
I get adult time today, which is nice.
Right on. All right. So,
All right, I'm a mute.
all right.
Sorry, just talking to the secretary.
No, it's cool.
A person has enabled closed captioning. Okay, all right. Let me see, how can I do this? Escape. No. All right. So, how would you like me to join again?
All right. So,
Would you like me to do, you can tell me put the links in, or do you want me to put the 2 links in?
oh, are you here, Mia?
Yes, hello.
Oh, shoot. I did not see. Oh, there's a few people here. Hi, Diana. I'm so sorry. It started shortly. I thought just the Lenny was here. Put them in the chat as we go through. If I'm talking and I'm not looking at the chat and somebody asks
Okay.
a question, pause every now and again, and yeah, we'll get started in a couple of minutes. We'll let people access the deck.
Okay, so
Um,
I'll put in chat now. Let me get ready for chat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mia, for coming. Thanks for being here.
Worries.
You make me relax a little bit. And you got the agenda, and the timings on the agenda are about right.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna start putting in the chat for people, okay? So they can start loading up. There you go. Sign in. I'll do
It's the
periodically.
easy one.
So just cue me in on the Media Mile portfolio and I'll start putting in chat.
Yeah, it might just be a private session with Diana.
That'll be great. Hello,
That'd be
Diane.
fantastic. And Eleni.
Gonna be honest, I'm a half B here, but I did want to hear about it. So
Oh, there's some good tools in here. There's some pretty cool resources in here.
plus you're enjoyable to listen to PDs.
Well,
with.
thank you. All right, here we go. We can't start yet. We should wait for another couple people, right?
What's the time frame for the Ask Diana? Does she have a next session to go to?
Well, there's another session at 11, which I'm presenting at as well.
Okay.
So go ahead and access the deck. We'll get started shortly. There's some links there that you're gonna find useful.
Especially the sign in. That's important.
Yeah, the sign in is most important. They
Yes.
ask you to sign in at the opening of the day, and I think you only have to sign in once. Hi, Bonnie, how are you? Go ahead and access the slide deck. There it is.
I'll put in again. Okay.
And I'll start in about 2 minutes or so. Miss Manning, good morning, Miss Manning.
Where's my cursor?
All right, we ready? Should I get cracking? I give folks 1 more minute to get here. Hello, Vivian. Hello, Michael. Go ahead and access the deck and you'll have access. Actually, the deck is also, that bit.ly is also on most of the slides. So if you don't get it here, and then Mia is kind enough to be putting it in the chat as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so everybody can see my screen. So sign in only once. If you haven't, please go ahead and sign in, and Mia will put that link in the chat as well. I'm going to continue. There's information for how to get paid for today. Very important. You can't just be here for nothing. We got to get paid because we're teachers. This is the screenshot of my year at Herbert Hoover and some stuff that we did with portfolios. We ran through a lot of these tools, of which you're going to see. Some, like Adobe Express, have been updated. And there's my kids interacting and giving feedback to different work that they've done on their portfolios. So go ahead. We're going to start very simply. Name, school, grade, and your best use of a digital tool this year. And we'll monitor the chat for your responses. We'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. You can only chat with me? No. No, I think you could chat with everybody. No, Eleni?
It's only showing me you and Mia.
Oh, let's see. Security. It says enable chat. Well, since we're a small group, forget the chat. why don't we go around right quick and
Let's try it now. I
I
fixed it.
changed it.
Yeah, I fixed it.
oh, cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, so go ahead and put your name, school, grade, and what was your best use of a digital tool this past year? Thank you, Diana. She's from Visitation Valley Middle. And what was your best use of a digital tool this year? Or maybe open your mics and tell us. So you guys don't just hear my voice.
I think that would be more interesting, Mr.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mia, what was the best use of your digital tool this year?
The best use manager was creating the portfolio of the teachers, and the kids had a lot of fun. We had a community involvement. The parents came to watch the gallery, portfolios, and they got to interact with the children in the classroom. That was the most fun.
Fantastic. Anybody else? Your best use, your name, school, grade, and what was your best tool of a digital tool this year? Thank you, Ms. Lawrence, for joining us.
Okay, I'll go. So my name is Diana, and I was a school counselor in elementary school. And I think the best way, I have few, but I do my presentations using YouTube. I'm not sure it counts, but I make them interactive.
Very cool. Very cool.
I mean, in the future, I would like to make my own content because I feel that there's not enough like culturally relevant, ways of teaching social emotional. And I do some, I don't know if you guys like videos. I take lots of pictures during the year and then I make it into a video and I also upload it into YouTube.
Oh, fantastic. That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Who would like to go next? So it's best. Thank you very much, Diana. Yeah, Eleni.
I could go. I'm Eleni. I'm at Presidio Middle and I used Adobe Express as like
Okay.
fun lessons. I love Lindsay though, but that's also why. But my kids loved making these awesome, like I'm creative posters, and it was just really empowering. I have them up in the hallway and other students wanted to see them. And it was just a fun way to break up computer science. So I highly recommend using Adobe Express. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but it was fun.
You can start easy.
It is. It's like super fun when you do the easy like challenges that they have.
Yeah. Anybody else want to go? Thank you very much so far, Diana and Eleni. Best use of digital tool this year, and then we'll move on shortly. Yes, Miss Manning.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Tafara Manning from going to MLK, and I was in the classroom last year, so I didn't really use any digital tools in the classroom like that, but I did support my son with his navigating his digital backpack.
Okay, cool. What was his favorite tool?
He had to use some, I want to say extra map. It was something he had to navigate an extra map, and he also had some assignments that he had to work on, like some family projects that he had to do in Google Slides.
Okay, cool. But we're gonna move forward, Vivian, unless you want to tell us a tool that you use this year and what school you're at.
I am very beginner, so I'm
Okay.
I'm a para, so most likely the teacher does everything in the classroom, but I feel like I really need the skill to move up, to educate myself. I'm old generations, but I really want to brush up from YouTube, like iPad, the Google Drive, Google Docs, So
Okay. Well, we're gonna walk you through some of these pieces today,
thank you.
and off we go. We're gonna go on to the next slide here. This is me. I'm Dr. Ricardo Elizalde, digital learning partner and also a PBS certified media literacy educator, which is a group of 8 micro-credentials that I had to do. Some of them you're gonna hear in a little bit, I touch on it in here, but not really. I'm from the Department of Technology, and there's my contact information. If you have any questions after the session, I'll be happy to answer them. And essentially the objectives for this session, it's called the mild to medium to spicy portfolio tools and case studies. And case studies because Mia's here with us, and we did some work at her school last year. And so we're gonna present that as a case study of using several different tools while you're working with portfolios. This is the agenda. We're gonna have one pager that we're gonna explore, and then we're gonna talk to Mia, and then we're gonna have another document that we're gonna explore. And then we're gonna have a little bit of a chat. So here are the medium and spicy tools. And this is a document that I generated because there were all these different pieces that people could use. And before we launch into this section, I kind of want to talk about the different pieces that are in here and give you some examples. And then as we're exploring this document and the examples that are linked on the slide deck, I simply want you to look at the lens of what do you think teachers use currently, and what is something that they could grow, and where could you grow this year in some of the tools that we have in the district. And remember, these tools that I'm presenting to you are available to both teachers and students. So I'm gonna go over the different things that are on the mild to spicy portfolio platforms, and then I'm gonna give you a chance to go ahead and explore it on your own. And so this is part of the mild. This is a quick start portfolio. And it comes with, this whole thing is like a package. It starts with a brainstorm doc, and then the brainstorm doc leads you over to things that you could generate on this slide deck. And then there's also a self-evaluation for each part of these things. So let's look at, I'm gonna go into the brainstorm doc and just show you, this is how you can get your kids started. This is a development strategy for portfolios. And these are some things that the kids should consider as they're developing their first portfolio, or as they're entering into making a portfolio. And then I have them do a little bit of an image maker on Adobe Express or on Google Slides. And then this document works in tandem with this slide deck as well. And then there's also a 1-point rubric that goes with this document and this document. Does that make sense?
So, Ricardo, I'm linking all the templates and videos on chat, referring from the spicy platform doc in case people get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect. So this is the document that has all the
Yeah,
links.
so that's where
when
the
you link
documents
that
are.
document, then they
Yeah,
open it, they'll have all the links that I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
just refer that to people so people know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's another mild quick start portfolio piece. You could do virtual galleries as a way to showcase student work, or a virtual museum, and you can go and explore those. This is a Washington High School portfolio project, and if you look, she used exactly the slide deck that we gave her a couple of years ago. So this is an example, even along with like the questions to reflect on as well. Another one, if you want to use Seesaw as portfolios, there's this document here. We'll show you how to go about using Seesaw as portfolios. And then finally, I kind of wanted to walk you through this one kid. This is kind of like a spicy version of a portfolio. This one boy in my class, he made this amazing portfolio. And what he did throughout the year was he used the same color scheme for every art project that I gave him. And then at the end of the year, he had this beautiful portfolio with different audio pieces. We did a book talk. And we did a KQED media challenge. And all of that is places. So what the portfolio is essentially is it holds artifacts that students create. And these could be multimedia artifacts or just a piece of writing. And what then the portfolio invites the student to reflect on the different pieces that they create. Let's see, there's one more I think I want to explain. Okay, so now we got about 10 minutes and you're just gonna go through this document and explore it. And then we're gonna come back and I think we're gonna talk to Miss Mia Yee after you explore the document a little bit. All right, so about 10 minutes. I gotta turn that off. So once again, we're exploring the mild, medium, and spicy doc and all the different pieces that are linked from slide 111 through 15. And then we're gonna come back in about 7 minutes and we're gonna hear from Mia Yee and the different work that we did at Alamo. Please ask if you have any questions.
Hi, I just joined this session and the doc is real, I can't even read it. The picture is really small, so how can I access a readable version of this? I'm looking at number 1, mild, medium, spicy.
Mia, can you put the link in the chat for mild, medium, and
Super.
spicy?
Thank you
can go
so
ahead and-
much.
I'll do that. I'll do that. I'm right here.
Or you could hit the image and the link is there and you could open it up to the document.
Okay, let's try this. Here's the doc. Okay. Let me know if you can, that's the link to the doc, the mild to spicy portfolio platforms.
I hit the link and that worked. It doesn't, I can't access it from the Zoom, so. But I did use your link and that's great. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, it worked?
Yeah, I put the doc link, the doc,
Link works, yeah, in the chat.
okay,
Great,
perfect.
thank you. It's about 6 more minutes to look at the doc. About 5. All right, so how many people can use the 2 extra minutes, or are you ready to move forward? Let me know with either a thumbs up or I don't know, thumbs up, or open up your microphone and say you're ready.
I could use the 2 minutes, but I guess 1 minute now.
All right, very good. Thank you, Tafara. Thanks for letting me know. All right, so we're gonna get rolling. We're gonna go into actually a conversation with the principal of CIS at the Avila. And don't worry, I'll give you a chance to talk about the different pieces that were in that mild to medium spicy document that you were looking at. But right now, I want you to see how it actually worked at a school and what people took away with it. So this is, I introduce you to Mia Yee, principal at CIS at the Avila. And if you attended the session last year, you know that this is an addition to this session. So each time we kind of try every year, we kind of continue to, we have these pieces, but then we see what kind of roads we can make in schools and to show you like real vibrant examples of what's going on at schools. And so here we go. So Mia, this is tell us a little bit about the innovation grant and this website that we built.
So I'm going to step back a little bit. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for letting me join you. I appreciate the effort and time that we have here to learn more about portfolios. And this is a particularly passion of mine because at Alamo, and I was an assistant principal, we were working on our writing spirals, how to uplift student writing, to have more student engagement. And it was a year-long series process that started a couple of years ago with teachers developing their writing styles in the classroom and how to build student capacity. And so we're noticing that student engagement was lackluster when it comes to writing. It wasn't exciting for them. And the amount of effort that it took them to produce something and for teachers to instill that effort was disheartening. And so we thought maybe we can engage the students with multimedia and how to express their voice through multimedia. And the part of the innovation grant was to revitalize writing and to have student agency, student voice, and to make that piece applicable to them, to find their identity and to speak their truth. And that's how the purpose of this multimedia came about. And so we had a group of teachers who were highly interested in it, the 4th and 5th grade teachers, and they collaborated together, utilizing the portfolios as a tool to uplift their teaching. And they learned a lot from it too as well. It was a very fun session. Don't take it from me, you can ask the teachers at Alamo. It was a lot of work, I kid you not. But at the end, it produced a result that the students felt they want to do. They took it home to continue it. They didn't even ask for that homework. They just want to continue. And that shows how engaging they were with the process.
How do you think it helped teacher practice, Mia?
I think for teacher practices, through our conversation with the teachers, that it made them reflect how to create content which came from the student. It was student driven and what they wanted to pursue. And there was a broad topic, for example, telling their own biographies and that generally what they want to tell. We had a writing session about research. They explored what they want to research about within that topic. And that showed teacher practice that they had to focus on the students and see what they wanted and how that dovetailed into the curriculum and how the teachers can use the standards and to infuse that portfolio that all came together as a collaborative piece between student and teacher.
How do you think it helped with student learning? Maybe you mentioned this some, but also with building community.
It built community where that each of the classrooms had a gallery tour of each other's work. So all the 4th grade classrooms got together and toured each other's work, and the students complimented each other or had some critical feedback for each other. And that built community with the students themselves in the classroom, with other classrooms together. And the 5th graders had the same project where they came together and looked at each other's work, all the classes, and the parents were able to view it. So the whole Alamo community was able to see the work. The parents were able to see what their other children were doing, what their children were doing, and they were to comment. So we had like a positive kind of gallery. I like this, you did this. I want to see how I can do this. So the students, number one, learned together. So each other's work. The parents actually work. And so it was a good, I guess, communication piece for everyone.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we put the site together in Google Sites. That's that logo right there for Google Sites. And so, but we also used all kinds of different tools as well. So we used for the narratives, there were 3 workshops, and then I think we met at the end as a celebration. The first one was using Adobe Express Video. And this is the beta logo for that video because they just revamped it. So the multimedia narrative spiral was workshop 1. Embedding a soundtrap clip onto a Google slide was workshop 2. And then you guys also have Soundtrap available to you for 3rd through 12th grade teachers have Soundtrap available to you. all you got to do is ask your librarian and she'll help you set it up. Or I think at the end of this deck, there's a link to help you set it up as well. And then workshop 3 is creating the portfolio container on Adobe Express. And I kind of want to go back and actually show you the site. So this is the site that we built. And this is the teacher workshop page. And if you could look, this is workshop 3, and this was the information that I gave to the teachers for workshop 3. And these were the handouts that we created with Mia. And also with checklist. And sometimes the checklist had videos explaining how to do that part. And so all this is for you to use in your setting as well. And there's also instructional videos for how to use Adobe Express.
I think, Ricardo, may I interject?
Yes.
I think it's important for the teachers to have a model for themselves and the class. So they, in terms of teaching practice, you'll know what you want the end game to be. What is the end result? What kind of standards you want them to learn? What some of the writing proficiencies. So it's great to have a model for them, the students, so they can see what the expectations are. And so the teachers can also figure out what they would like to have as well.
Right. And so
Practice.
Thank you for that. Because also, if you notice, here are the teacher examples. These are the teachers running through the same thing that they're going to ask their students to run through. So they had to create a portfolio on those 2 multimedia pieces. They had to tell a story and add that story to a Google slide. And this is how they went about doing that. But they had to do the work first in order to understand the tool and then understand how they were going to apply it to their classroom, like Mia's saying. And then this was the first one, which was the state projects. And I ran through and I made an example for them as well, so that they could see the example in how they were trying to frame it for their students. All right. That's that multimedia project. If you hit the image, the website is linked there, so you can browse a little more if you like. But now I'm going to invite you to actually, Mia, one last thing. How do you think that this project is going to grow at Alamo, or how are you bringing this idea into your space at CIS, and how are you going about that work?
So for Alamo, with this, the teachers has a taste of it. So what they're going to do is to expand it out and see what other subject areas that can be incorporated into it, not just the area of writing. Okay, in terms of social studies, social justice, that brings a whole new lens to the situation. The students have a platform because the soundtrack can be as a podcast.
Right.
So one example is the teachers have a dialogue between things. So that can be almost like a little student journal, or a PBS broadcast for students who want to research on. So that's the focus for that Alamo. For CIS, I'd like to introduce in terms of how can we use this to infuse this into the curriculum and to bring student agency in there and teacher agency. And that's the next step for CIS would be to look at what teachers want to use this vehicle and to make a collaborative decision about it. And at Alamo, we're focused on writing, and that was our vehicle. So a tool is only good as what the outcome is. And so I'll have to bring this to CIS and see what the focal point is for the teachers and myself.
I got another question about the community that the teachers built, because together they were going through this process. Do you think that's talk about that a little bit?
I think it's best to have a group of teachers so they can build community, and they worked and they helped each other. So afterwards, during the PDs, they helped each other collaborate ideas. They talked about how they want to do it and at grade levels. So for example, with the state reports in 5th grade, the teachers talked about how they want to structure the portfolios, what they want to do with it. And so they were able to collaborate as a grade level, to talk as a team, and also as overall 4th and 5th. What were the outcomes from 4th that related to 5th that they want to see? So you have the cross-grade collaboration piece as well. So that was nice in terms of seeing the grade levels come together within and vertically and horizontal.
Great, thank you very much, Mia. All right, I'm going to move forward and I'm going to let you guys talk a little bit with yourselves. So any of these things that we looked at for the past, we've been exploring for about 20 minutes. So what are you thinking? Are you feeling mild, medium, or spicy? How might you use some of this information at your site? What might it look like in your own context? And what other resources do you think you need? And yeah, so let's go ahead and if you're feeling mild, go to mild. If you're feeling medium, go to medium. If you're feeling spicy, go to spicy, and just add to those Jamboards there. And I give you about maybe 5 minutes to add to the Jamboard.
Ricardo, do you want to show the Jamboard on screen so that people can see the comments and everything?
Sure.
I
So
linked the
let's go to
Jamboard
the
on.
mild one.
Yeah,
If
And-
anybody's there yet.
yeah. If you need any support, let us know. I mean, we're here to help, like how to get started, what we need to do, how to get an innovation grant. Are there people interested in your team? If not, we can ask a question out loud.
Yeah, and feel free to go back in the deck and remind yourselves of what was there, because I know it was kind of a lot as well. And then we'll keep it on mild. I'm actually gonna add to the spicy one. Um, let's see what we got. If we got anything. All right, so we're gonna close in about a minute or so. And if you didn't get a chance to write something, maybe you could open up the mic and talk about the different things that you've seen and how you might use them. Or what else you need from us to help you get started. Mia, you wrote a good question in the chat. So is anybody feeling like this is way too much information and feeling a little overwhelmed with the different pieces, or how can we help in that aspect?
Uh, it's not, it's just a lot of stuff to go through and look at, and
Yeah,
get excited about.
Mhm.
I just guess we just need our own personal think time with it at a later date. This is a small window of time for us to explore
Fair
and
enough.
reflect on it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank
I
you.
think it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna we're gonna give you some more information. I hope that's okay. So, and did anybody get a chance to? All right. Feeling curious and empowered, somebody said, put an image. That's cool. And then I wrote on the spicy one, and I think you guys saw me write that, was that it's really cool to explore these different avenues with schools and keep building models so that people could see just what kids are doing, and also what teachers are able to do as well with some of the workshops that we create for them, or that they do on their own. All right, so I'm going to move forward if that's okay with everybody. Yeah. All right. All right. So, so you have the tools, and part of the focus of the tools is to create the container where the different artifacts are going to go into, and where, but a portfolio isn't a portfolio unless it has pieces of reflection. And so this second part is like, okay, so you have the tools, but now how are you going to build that into a portfolio in your classroom? And so here are some other couple of pieces that kind of fit into that pocket. One beautiful thing to do if you're creating portfolios is to give the chance to the students to create an About Me page. Now, this was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful student of mine, and about a year and a half ago, and she chose to display her artwork and how much time it took her to develop each of these pieces. And this was not in school work, but out of school work, and her sharing a bit about this is where I find joy outside of the classroom. And I think a portfolio is kind of important to give kids that space of finding joy outside of the classroom. Yeah, and the amazing it is, Tafaro, but what really was crazy was she shared how much time it took her to do each piece, right? And so there's one that takes this one right here takes 16 hours and 42 minutes. And that's this child is deep into this tool that she created. And it generates a lot more questions too, like what tool did she use? What does she expect for the future from this? All that, and it's building, we talk about the whole child, and this is how we can make a portfolio represent a whole child. Kind of wanted to show a piece of this video as well. Yeah, it's only 2 minutes. You guys can see it, yeah?
So this was our second annual
Is it loud enough?
ePortfolio Showcase.
My greatest achievement was when I won the Bay Area Science Fair. My experiment was on gray water, and I tested if plants grew with gray water. It turns out they did, and I learned a lot from this.
When you're doing a writing process, I'm an English teacher, so the final process of writing is publishing, and this was the publishing. The impact of the ePortfolios, I would definitely say growth mindset. If you say it needs improvement, telling them what you'd like to see them change would be really helpful. One of our teachers had the kids in English take an old writing assignment, first post a picture of it originally, then do revisions and post that, and then reflect on the changes.
What I did was correct my drought essays and explain how I improved and how it helped me.
And I think there's nothing more culturally responsive than allowing students to bring themselves into an e-portfolio space. So many of the kids added an art page or a dance page. We had one student who had all of his coding, all his websites that he built.
I don't actually take classes, I'm just learning from home. I mostly do digital art, so here's my sketches.
So giving them space to be both an academic and a person, you know, all in one place. So this was definitely a community effort. I could not have done this alone. Just actually getting all of the e-portfolios ready, we hosted probably about 20 to 30 hours of workshops. So we have a site-based tech team that was helping me cover those workshops. And for the feedback boxes, we had our moderate to severe students actually help us out, and they covered them and made them so we could get all our feedback forms. We are very fortunate to have a really, really supportive administration who wants to see this grow, and that's been integral to all of this. Learning at school can often just be, you know, you memorize something, you take the test, you forget it, and then you go to the next thing. And this makes it last. It's something you can look back at. It's something that teachers can next year say, hey, give me your e-portfolio link at the beginning of the year and see where kids are, students are, and grow from there. And that's where education is kind of headed. It's heading in a direction of more meaningful, project-based personal learning, and that's what this is.
So a little bit about me, but also the whole portfolio mentality at a school, at Washington High School, actually. So when you explore toward a culturally responsive portfolio hyperdoc, I said that, you know, we need reflection questions. We need about me pages. I think portfolios need these things. Also, there's feedback tools. And if you want to dig even deeper, the MakerEd did an amazing project called the Open Portfolio Project several years ago. But the work is still there. The work is still really robust. And I have to turn on my, so go ahead and explore the culturally responsive portfolio. I have to go put my battery, I gotta go plug in my computer. Let me plug in my computer. Give me 30 seconds. So these are the 40 reflection questions that I use a lot. I use them when I do workshops with teachers. This is a scaffolded reflection doc where I've pulled out the questions, the four of the 40 questions at the top. And so if the students wanted to answer from those 4 questions, they could. Otherwise, they could look at the bank of questions below. And if you look, there's backward looking questions, there's inward looking questions, there's outward looking questions, and there's forward looking questions. So go ahead and look at the culturally responsive hyperdoc, portfolios hyperdoc, take a glance at the 40 reflection questions, and then go ahead and answer on this form some of this information for yourselves. And the form looks like this. And we'll take a few minutes to do that, and then we'll close. Make sense, guys? Yeah? All right, cool. And thanks for sticking with me. And please, if you got any questions, put them in the chat. And also, me and my team are available to do workshops on this stuff with like 1 teacher, 2 teachers, 3 teachers, however, and you guys can take it as far or not as far as you want. But we have these tools, and it's really nice to get in there early in the year.
Mr. Ricardo, you want to explain in terms of the cohort, how your team can help the different sites? Like, is there affiliation with cohorts?
There is, at the end of the deck, it shows who's got what cohort.
Good.
My colleagues' names, and you know, if it's portfolio, generally they'll pull me in as well. So like there's like I think we're doing like 7 sessions or 5 sessions at New Traditions this year. So like once a month we're gonna do something out there. So there's ways that you can get us out there to do some of this work with you. And then you'll have a bank of work to move from as well, which is really cool. And actually at Mia's school, we started in January, I think. And we were able to get 2 multimedia projects done, plus their portfolio container.
Yeah, we did in spring.
Yeah, we did in the spring. Brian, you able to access the deck? Okay. Please let us know. Mia, if you can put the deck in the chat, that'd be great.
You know, I'm trying to have do all these things have a link, Ricardo? Like for example, a scaffolded reflection is a doc. It's a doc, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm in a tablet and it doesn't open.
Ah,
So I
caramba.
don't- yeah, so
Um,
I think it's because it's a tablet.
I think you're right. Yeah, because they're all linked. If you open it on a computer later, all this stuff will work.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then there on the last page, there's also a links. Not on the last page, but on this page, most of it is linked as well here. So it might just link back to the document, but on some of them I linked to the actual. It might link back to the slide deck, that page of the slide deck, but on some of them I linked to the actual document.
Sounds good.
All right, folks. So we have 5 minutes left of this session. I thank you for your attention. To close, does anybody want to share one piece about how you feel about portfolios at this point, or what story do you want portfolios to tell? What do you guys think? We can close like that actually, and then I'll show you the last of the information. And open up your mic and tell.
I just wanted to say that it was interesting to see how deep the work is getting, you know, and how much it promotes critical thinking for our students and for ourselves. So yeah, and I actually thought it was more visual and make it fun, you know, and interactive, but it's actually making me reflect on things. So I feel like that's a very powerful tool to, you know, get the kids engaged and have them, you know, having their work more relevant for them.
Right, right. You know, the one thing about creating portfolios for yourself as well, on your profession and your professional development, is that you could bring this information to the students. And if, especially, I think if they're a little bit older, they start understanding how much thought goes into teaching them. Because so much thought goes into teaching them, but they don't think about that part. They just think about the work that's in front of them. And so that's another thing that it can touch on, that it could grab. Thank you very much, Diana. And like I said, if you want us out there at your school doing some of this work, we'll come out and we'll do a little workshop. You guys can get paid QTEA money, and just invite us out if you want. Just you or a collection of teachers as well.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. My contact is at the end. Okay, so portfolio resources. There's a website there that needs to be updated. We don't need to go look at it. I mentioned Soundtrap earlier. This is how you get started on Soundtrap. It says librarians, but don't pay attention. We're really concentrating on Soundtrap being a 3rd through 12th grade tool. For younger grades, maybe they can just use Seesaw, because there's the recording piece in there as well. And for closing, like I said, there are links to the different pieces that are in this slide deck, so you don't have to go all over the slide deck to find them. They are right here. Mostly it sends you back to the slide deck. Please give me feedback. Tell me how I could do better, how I could bring you more information, what other information you would like from these ideas. And then I'm Ricardo Elizalde. There's my contact. And finally, we got lots of resources at the end. Mia mentioned cohort partnerships. These are your cohort partners, depending on what cohort you're in. I support cohort 1, which is about 16 schools in the Mission and Noe Valley and here in Glen Park. But then my colleagues have these other ones. And I think I'm doing like a special project at CIS at the Avila this year as well, right? Yeah. So, and anytime portfolios are talked about, they'll ask me and we'll cobble together some information. So either I go out or both of us go out. These are really good. We worked on them last year. They're digital learning getting started guides. Go to them. 4th grade specifically has like a lesson to get you started. But these are all the tools. It's been like the thing that people have asked us for a long time, and they work in tandem with the curriculum and instructional guidance. We have a new digital agency, resources and curriculum coming to you. And this is also something that we're going to go out and share with your schools. And then finally, there's a bunch of other stuff down here too as well. So go ahead and enjoy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming to my session. Ciao. Good to see you all, and I hope to hear from you. And if there's any questions, please ask. Open up your mic and ask.
I do have a question.
What's up?
What's the title of this? Is this the culturally? I thought it was from mild to spicy.
This is from mild to spicy.
Yeah, I don't
portfolios.
see it on the I don't
Sign up.
see it. Oh,
Concept is this
I see. I
afternoon.
found it. Wait, is it in case study? Mild to
This has it has a case study as well. It's a different case study from some of the work we did at Sanchez Elementary School.
I just want to know which one I'm supposed to select for the feedback form. Is that what I put in the
Mild
feedback
to
form?
spicy portfolios and case study.
In case study, okay. And then also, I don't have access for the other form because I don't have any email of
Okay.
what do you call that? I don't have that yet. It's not set up. So
Okay. I'll see if I can open it, but I'm probably not going to open it till like noon. Okay. Thank you so much, Tamara. It's good to see you back in the district.
Glad you're back.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, folks, I'm going to close this one because I got another one to go to in like 5 minutes.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, Mia, so much.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye.